Be ready to change yourself. Be ready to challenge your better self. Know that your mind can develop a passionate winning spirit, but not by yourself. We guarantee your family in love with your life, and you're gonna love all the grind. Lewis and Bars together, we develop your mindset with vitamin C for your mind. Don't you settle with what you know. There's much to learn, there's much to earn. Tell yourself, I'm ready to fight, ready to be heard. Out of success and awakening rise. There's so many words that turn into prices. Be ready to change for the best. Step up and be great. Don't be like the rest. Develop your mindset.
Hi everyone, my name is Varsh Kajikin. This is Develop Your Mindset podcast, and this is the number 2 podcast we're doing. So I have a guest, my good friend, my dear friend, and his name is Robbie, and he is an amazing guy. We're gonna hear his story. He's got really cool things to talk about. So we're gonna ask him about his family. He has 5 children family, and he's a entrepreneur. He used to work in his business. Now he's doing entrepreneurship. He's working on his business. We're gonna ask him some questions about that. I think we should start from asking him about his family. Well, please tell us, how do you do it? You're welcome, man.
Hey, thank you for having me. So yeah, we have 5 kids at the house, and we raise them every day, feed them, get them to school. It's a hard job, but somebody's got to do it. And we have our businesses and we work, and dedication, a lot of dedication.
Yeah, it takes a lot of dedication. I have one son, and he takes a lot of effort and dedication. I can only imagine 5 how much you have to juggle between your entrepreneurship business world, between your family. That's amazing. So let's talk about you a little bit, and I wanna learn about how you do in the morning. Like, what is your routine? Like, when you get up, how do you start your day? What kind of things you tell yourself, or you meditate? How do you start your day?
Every morning I get up. I get up before anybody else. I get up at 6 a.m. I grab myself a coffee. I go outside and I start my meditation. I do my affirmations, my gratitude, some exercising, and I just get the day going positive. I got to start a positive day because I got to get inside, and I started spreading the positive vibes in the family. We're 7 people in the house, so I got to get everybody on a positive vibe. And then I got to build myself up to get to work and be a team leader and get everybody positive and pushing over there. So
awesome.
Definitely. My morning meditation is definitely the key to starting my day.
Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about childhood. Like, how was it when you were growing up? What age you start seeing yourself that who you want to become? What kind of mindset you had when you were a child, and then do you still have those kind of mindset still embedded in you? Do you still think that way, focus, see like that? Like, how do you do?
Absolutely. I was probably about 6 years old when I grabbed a bucket and soap and squeegee and went walking and knocking on every door, collecting money. And I started at one end of the corner and ended at 7-Eleven and spent my $20 I made.
Oh shit!
Right there, and realized, you know what? I got something here.
Nice.
Hard work and dedication, and whatever you want to do, and you can achieve it. You can get it done.
Yeah. So what were you exactly doing with that bucket? How did you make your money? Like, did you go knock on doors?
Well, the first week it was cleaning windows. The second week it was borrowing somebody's lawnmower and cutting grass. It was all about making myself feel good, making money, hustling, and it wasn't really about the money. It was more about the hustle. It was more about the action. It was more about the journey to get there. And that's what the whole thing is about for me. It's always about the journey. Is always the funnest part. I know we're getting there because we're already there. I know where we're going to go because we're already there. And it's all about the journey,
Did you develop your habits, mindset, like how do you sell? How do you take rejections? And how do you, did you ever feel like that was at that time, that young age, where you were building that mindset, like you're learning
I think I was just born with it. I think I was really just born with that hustler, entrepreneur mindset where I was going to go out and I was going to get it and make it one way or another without anybody's help. I knew what it took, and I could do it myself. With that said, I held many positions in many companies. Some I've built, some friends built. So I think all of that combined was all learning and experience for where I'm at today.
All right, so we know that a lot of some people, or a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of successful people, they believe that it's a learning process to be a successful person, whatever you're doing in life. But they don't believe that you were like born with it. But there are others that they do believe that it's a generic, you're born with it. So how do you see this? Like, do you think some people, if they don't have it, can they learn this skill? Is it possible for them?
I don't know. I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's a lot of hard work, a lot of preparation. I've seen a lot of people that don't have it who are successful from just saving money and just, not doing the extra and not experiencing what life has to offer and make certain moves, and they rate that as success. Everyone's success is different in my opinion. I think success is measured by one own person. You might be successful and happy. For me, it's about being happy. Successfulness is also tied into being happy. So I like to be happy at what I'm doing, because success comes from happiness as well. So when I'm happy at what I'm doing, no matter what, I'm going to be successful. No matter what, because I'm passionate, I love what I'm doing, I show up and I do it. So whether $140,000 a year is my success and I'm happy with it, then who's to judge? Whether it's $14 million a year and that's what my success and happiness is, then who's to judge? Right. I think it's gauged on every own individual person and what they're happy with. A lot of people think that richness is success and wealth. But they're two different things. Right. I've been broke, but had 5 kids and I was the richest person in the world. Right. And now I have wealth, and I'm it brings a lot of happiness, but
it makes things easier.
Yes.
Totally. Did you have any experiences where you weren't so fond of, or you like, if you want to share something where you can bring that you had to work on yourself to get yourself out of that thinking habit? Anything
like when you get yourself stuck in a hole? I've been stuck in a hole before. It takes a lot of hard work to get out of it. It almost cost me my marriage. That's what kind of got me out of it, and it helped me kind of see things a little bit more clearly and what was important and what's not important, and gave me that energy to re-energize myself to get back on the grind again, because I kind of took a little sleepy time. So but 5 kids will do that to you.
It's not easy.
It's not.
Five companies or 5 kids.
Well, I've got both 5 companies and 5 kids, so it's not easy to keep track of all.
Yeah. I know it's really hard to get out of something, and there is a mechanism where you can teach yourself, or you can go get help to learn that skill set to help you bring yourself out of that stuck mindset where you want to grow as having more tools to deal with that kind of situation. And we know a lot of people get stuck, and they don't know where to get help from, and they probably you can put your little bit of your experience for them out there to kind of get an example story from.
Well, I think stuck is a mind frame, and it's more of a where I want to hide behind versus I want to get the shit done. And if I'm focused on getting it done, if I'm stuck, I'll figure it out and I'll get it done. There's no stuck for me in my vocabulary. It's figure it out, whatever way you can, overcome it, and get to where you're going to, because you got to keep your eyes on the prize. As long as the compass stays on north, I'm fine. So it's just nothing stops me. Just keep moving forward.
Awesome. So I want to ask you the question about businesses. You earlier you said that you've helped people build companies. What was some of those companies that you built that became very successful and you were successful in it?
Early on, I helped I started in the salon world, and I helped a couple of salons in Beverly Hills. Then I started going off on my own, and we did a jewelry store. We would sell a lot of high-end jewelry to celebrities, basketball players, rappers, so forth, actresses and actors. And we had a store called Victoria Jewelers in Beverly Hills. Then I went from that to manufacturing pet accessories with a friend, and that was a friend who came to me who needed some help in the beginning, and I helped him out, and we grew the business to a multi-million-dollar operation. Just 3 of us, by the way. It was 1 in design, 1 in sales, and 1 in shipping. And we grew that business to a multi-million-dollar operation within months.
A lot of experience there.
It was a lot of experience in the manufacturing, distribution, and wholesale world.
How old were you when you
I think I was about 25 when I got involved with that one.
Wow.
I was about 21 when we opened the $5 million jewelry store in Beverly Hills. Then we opened the 10,000 square foot warehouse.
You're true entrepreneur.
I dibble dabbled in a little bit of everything, and we made it happen. It was beautiful. Where there's a will, there's a way. Like I said, when you're dedicated, there is no stuck. At 21 years old, I had blueprints in front of me, dealing with the city planners from Beverly Hills. I didn't know anything of what was going on, but I held my own, and I pretended like I did, and we got things done, and everything was good, and we opened the store. Obstacles, the stuck, yes. Get over it.
Nice.
Get through.
Nice. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that. From that experience, what did you learn, and do you still use that kind of lessons that you learned from back in those companies?
Yeah, absolutely. About 2 years ago, I started another company. I've been in the cannabis industry for about, let's say, since 2007. And I started a few operations. We've got some licensed operations that we started, some manufacturing, distribution, some retail stores. So we started getting into that, and now that the CBD craze is really on and popping, we've opened multiple CBD retail stores, and so that's been really nice. And we've just been really growing in that sector, looking to license and kind of grow even more with the boom of cannabis in California.
How do you find partner? How do you work with the partner? Having a partner with, or how do you know that he or she is a good fit being a partner with you?
I think every project is different, and my outlook is no one really needs a partner. A partner can be a good thing and can be a bad thing. But majority of people can do things on their own. They're just scared and they're not willing to do the work. And that's what it really is at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you don't need anybody to accomplish anything. You can build that tower right there by yourself if you put your mind to it and dedication. But with that being said, yes, I have had partners in the past because it organically just formed that way, and they happen to be friends. Bad thing to do partnerships with friends because you end up losing friends. However, partnership, when it's good, it can be really good. And when you're on the same team and fighting for the same goals, it can be fantastic. And when you're not, you can tear down the operation that you've built. So it can be a plus and a negative.
How do you see self-sabotage? And not only self-sabotage, but how do you see self-inflicted wounds in business?
Well, I see self-sabotage every day. I see people open a store, it's successful, and instead of repeating the same thing, they change something and they think they can do it better, or they can clearly it's working, don't change it, do the same thing. And I see a lot of people just talk themselves out of it. And, that's part of success. You can talk yourself out of it thousands of times, but that's part of, pushing forward. And that's where the strength and determination comes in.
Totally. Yeah. Next question is, I would like to know, how do you see success? What is success for you in business or in life, or in where are you heading? What is success?
For me, success, I think, is accomplishing anything I put my mind to. Anything I put my mind to and I accomplish is a success for me. Raising a family has been a success for me. Being married for 10 years has been a success for me, because these are all jobs. These are not just you've got kids and you water them.
Yeah, it doesn't happen by its own.
You've got 20, 30 hours in a week, 60 hours in a week, and I work 100 hours in a week. I'm out 90 hours a week, doing something, and that's aside from kid stuff. So that's just work stuff.
Wow. You guys seeing a super dad over here, and
I wouldn't say super
things.
Dad. I wouldn't say super dad. I would just say determination, and I had a goal that I wanted to have a family by a certain point, and I wanted to build my wealth up to a certain point and have a family, and I ended up having a family and a bigger one than I wanted. And I work hard because it's something I wanted, something that I enjoy doing. And it's easy to do when you enjoy doing it.
Yeah, that's true, very, very true. How do you control your energy between, like, in your family and take that energy, like good energy or like the vibe, and start your day with your employees or with your people that you work with? How do you keep that energy flow going?
Well, once I've given to myself, I can give to everyone else. And I give to everyone else 23 hours a day, and 1 hour I give to myself, and I start my day that way. And I give all my energy to everyone else around me, and I get the team going, because I've tapped into it and pretty much an unlimited amount of energy. I'm like a 12-year-old kid all the time. I've got energy. I cannot stop.
You're making me energized right now.
I get a rush from it. I get a rush from leaving this building and going across the street to that building on the 19th floor, doing another interview, getting down, going down the street, hustling up. We all over the place. I love it. I get a rush from it. I feel like I'm getting it done.
That was an awesome explanation.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, when did you learn to become a leader? Was it something was built into you? When the story earlier, when you said when you were 6 years old doing with that bucket knocking doors, was that something that you had in you, or you had to develop or learn to become a leader?
Well, when you say leader, I don't think you're ever done growing as a leader. I think you're going to always grow.
That's awesome.
And I don't really see myself in that leader position. I see myself more in lead by example position.
Serving.
So I do the work, and I expect everybody to do the work the same way I do, because there's no big I's and small U's on my team.
Beautiful.
So at home, I lead the troops to what needs to be done, and I kind of let them do their. You understand? So there's no real leadership. It's just about it needs to get done. It gets done as a group, as a team.
Awesome. I think the family needs a leader. Also, the group, the team needs a leader also, and one person has to be that person doing that. That's awesome. Your explanation is so right on point, and this is how I see it. So it's a lead by example.
Yep, absolutely.
Totally. My next question is gonna be about finite amount of years we have, and we have a certain amount of golden years where we can actually put the effort, put the energy, building our companies, building our families before we hit our age where things get a little bit tougher and harder. And I'd like to elaborate your thoughts about like more like towards younger people, where they think that's how life is for them and that's how it's going to stay, which is not true. We went through this, and what they're doing is maybe like not helping them to create or build their future for them or their companies or whatever they're interested on building their families. And this finite years that we have, all these like golden years, how did you do it? What plans did you have? Like, what is, like, how do you elaborate this for us? Like, how do you see this thing? You living this life where
I don't think you ever stop building. I think we're gonna fucking build to the end. I'm not gonna stop until the casket drops. I'm gonna keep building. That's it. I mean, so I'm living my whole life as a finite year. I'm living every day of my life like it's a last day, and I'm putting that effort in and that energy in on an every single day basis.
I love that.
That's pretty much how I do it.
That was really good. Life doesn't stay like that for you guys. You need to focus on building your future, building your goals, put some of your energy towards that. Not only having fun, because life, if you don't do that, life is not fun.
Will pass you by very quickly.
It will pass you by
very quickly. Yeah. Right, Marshmallow. We got
right.
Marshmallow. Is he behind? Where is he at?
I'm going to talk about like after you build your company, you're going after your goals, your ambitions, and obviously after you build the company, you're going to need clients to come in. And how do you learn this? Do you go ask help, or you develop this thing where is it like talking? You learn how to talk to people, how do you bring clients in? What does it take? How do you do this?
Well, I came from the world of no computers, no social media, none of that shit. You walk up to somebody, you bring them in with your tongue. And I was born with a tongue. So for me, it wasn't that hard. I think I am a true salesman and excel at that. So for me, it was never really hard. But now with all the social media and all the gadgets, there's so many hundreds of different ways where you can bring people in and you can market.
Awesome.
And it's a blessing. So it's a positive thing.
Yeah. So one thing more, I want to ask you about rejection, because a lot of people, they cannot handle rejection. And when rejection comes, it's turn off for them, and they'll kind of stop and make excuses for themselves not to continue, because that is very hard on them. And what do you think about rejections when that comes?
I think of a weak individual. Rejections is a good thing. Rejections build your skin, it builds your character. I used to, as a single guy, would approach beautiful women and ask them out. And in the process, it was a 50-50 toss-up. And the rejection was, I would take that just as well as I would take their phone number. So in the end, the only rejection that was hard for me was when I worked for the company that I built, Trombones, and I was the VP of sales, and I started off with, like I said, there was 2 of us, and then we grew to 3. And I called every pet accessory product across the globe, and the first 15 people hung up on me, and I said, I don't know about this. I can't really do this. And then it just clicked. Now it's a challenge. Don't give up. Hung up the phone. Got my sales pitch in order, so I don't
you did this all by yourself.
Right on the spot, just improv, and I just knew what I didn't want to sound like when people call me and go, "Hi, I'm calling again. I want to sell you. I don't need mortgage. I don't own a house. Thank you." So I had to redevelop and start calling and start growing. And like I said, we grew from 0 to 6,000-7,000 clients. Petco being one of them.
Wow.
So we grew tremendously in the months.
Yeah. So you guys heard it. This is how what it takes to build a company, clientele, and it's not easy, but you have to be hands-on.
You got to be out there. You got to be hands-on for sure. You got to be out there.
Right. And see yourself sometimes the third person, like how to this deal's being done. I have a bunch of friends that they're not freaking married. I have a brother not married, and I know why. And I kind of want to put the question out for these guys if they're watching. Like, dude, what's up? This is what does it take to find your other significant? Like, what kind of mindset?
It takes a mindset of find yourself first, and then you can find somebody else. But you first got to find yourself. That's what mindset I think it takes. I love seclusion. I love recluse. I love being alone, being in my own mind, and being able to really have peace and quiet to know this is who I am actually. This is what I actually really like, not what I pretend to like because that person
Right.
likes it or that person likes it, or try to fit in with the Joneses or what.
Don't
You
fit
know,
in.
It's like, who am I? And it's coming at us so fast
Once
every
you
day
figure out.
that we just you don't even have an opportunity to even ask yourself, what do I like? Do I like Chinese food? Do I like Mexican food?
I love
Do
it.
I like so? I like to be alone and just kind of get in my mind
It's a
and get
mindset.
away. It's a mindset, completely a mindset. It all comes down to the same thing, a mindset.
My son Christopher, when he was 4, 5 years old, I remember we're living from we're coming out of the house, the back and the back side, and I remember he turned. He's like, "Mom, should I wear blue or black, something like that?" And my wife goes, "What does Christopher wants to wear?"
Right.
He turned around. He's like, "Oh." So I have to think, what do I want to wear? Like, that was such a epiphany moment where I looked at his eyes and his eyes just glow and just like he became alive, you know?
Well, kids have that because they're not indoctrinated to society's way of thinking yet. They have their own way of thinking until they get eventually inducted to the Hall of
Yeah.
Fame of thinking.
Well, parents has to do a lot with it. How do you talk to your kids and teach them, you know, what does it take? Even though they're 5, 6 years old, they're very awake. They're watching you. They know everything. They just can't go out there and do it, you know. But I consider you one of the best hair salon skilled person, right? And how did you, or what does it take to take one skill set to another skill set where you have entrepreneurship right now you're involved in, and you have shops? What does it take from this here, the skill set, to transfer your skill set to the other place? Like,
Well,
how do you do that?
I think it wasn't more of a skill set. I think it was more of a mindset of what I wanted and what I was doing. And what I wanted and what I was doing didn't fit with each other.
Yes.
So I had to stop what I was doing and find something new to do that did fit with what I wanted and did align with where I wanted to be and where I wanted to build my empire. So it was a leap of faith. I had to do something that I did in my career for 25 years, and I had to leave it, and I had to tell myself that this is what it's about. Do what you love to do. Even though I was passionate and loved doing the hair salon and owning businesses that way,
I did it a long time.
It did a long time, 25, 26 years. It was hard, but it was a mindset and having faith and believing in yourself and your skills on what you can do and what you can accomplish. So all those different businesses, I look back and said, I did that, and that. I have what it takes to do this now. And I jumped and I did it with 5 kids and a stay-home mom. So it was very scary, but I did it. And, work hard, and it worked.
I wish you the best. It's you're doing the right thing, and you're building something amazing.
Building an empire.
Totally.
Absolutely.
It's either you're building an empire or you're destroying one, and you're building one.
That's right.
Totally. So my next question is going to be like, how do you want your empire to look like when you have it all like built?
The empire, when it's all finished, which I don't think it'll ever be finished, I'm going to pass my empire to all 5 of my children and have them continue the legacy, just like they have Disneyland. They continue the legacy, and but the empire is pretty much the top floor of one Wilshire, the whole top, all the way across.
I love it.
That's going to be possibly top 2 floors. That's going to be the empire.
All right, so my next question is going to be, what are your non-negotiable things?
I think for me, what are non-negotiables are negativeness and laziness. Those are the 2 things that I just can't. I'm non-negotiable. Period. If I have any of that on the team, I can't deal with it.
I'm sure you have dealt with that in the past. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that, but negativity is not cool. I think you should immediately stop that.
Yeah, you got to nip it in the butt right away, because if there's somebody on the team that's not part of the team or infiltrating like they are part of the team, you got to get rid of them.
Totally.
Period, point blank, because we all are part of the same team, which is a family. all striving for the same thing.
It
There's
is
no
family.
big I's and small U's. I don't roll up with a Bentley and my boy's rolling up with a Honda. He's rolling up with a Benzo too. You know what I mean? We're
Right.
all rolling up. We're all getting paid together, same way. We're all building the empire together. So
Totally.
taking care of the team and the staff is always number one.
Non-negotiable.
Always number one, non-negotiable. Laziness and negativity.
So we're at the end of the podcast. I would like you to tell some encouraging words, what you have to our viewers.
Well, to anybody who's starting a new business or starting to grind and hustle, stay focused, stay dedicated, work hard, and you'll definitely accomplish what you're out to accomplish.
Beautiful. Thank you, Rob. Thank you for watching. We are end of our podcast. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the like buttons. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Develop your mindset.